Snoots, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. I have a surprise for you today. I have a special guest. If you don't know, now you know. This man right here, the amazing Sintel with an Intel.
Hey!
Also known as my, I don't want to say better half, my other half. No, we're two holes. So my other hole.
Better sounds like... I'm kidding. Absolutely.
I'm
just kidding.
I'm a little thrown by that. And cut. No, I'm kidding. Was it a good idea to have him on here? No, I'm kidding. Anyway, if this is your first time on my channel, welcome to my channel. If you are back, welcome back. And so today I have a surprise. I actually haven't told him even what this is about to be about.
I have no idea.
So, quick update, really quickly. 5.5 weeks locked.
You see that, right?
Yeah, 5.5 weeks. Yeah.
It's looking good.
Not too bad. Yeah. So I'm super excited about that, but that's not why we're here. We are going to talk about locks, but we are going to get the mister's perspective and take on my lock journey. So I'm surprising him. He had no idea this was going to happen because I didn't want him to prepare anything.
Oh.
He likes to think things out
I
beforehand.
do.
Yeah, no. This is an on-the-spot kind of thing. So we can get his real, honest opinion. So I did write some things down. So if you see me looking at this, that's what that is. These are my questions. You ready for this?
This is a setup.
Dun, dun, dun. Only if you're kind. If you're kind, there's no setup involved. All right. So this is my Mr. Sintel. And we shall begin.
Let's go.
Question number 1.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
What did you learn about locks when you were growing up?
When I was a kid, I thought it was only for like Rastafarians. That was the main thing. And I was like, well, if you doing locks, then you probably smoking weed.
What?
I'm just saying, when you asked me what was the first thing I thought, you gotta keep in mind, I am a child of the 80s.
Yeah. You Bob Marley.
Yeah,
Bob Marley.
Bob
Is that what you thought?
Yeah. Listen, and there's nothing wrong with smoking weed. That's what you do. Yeah, that's what you do. I'm just saying that's what I thought, reggae music and...
Yeah. So that's what you equated it with?
That's what I did when I was younger.
Okay, so interesting. I'll have to come back to that in a minute to see your thoughts now. But that's all part. Okay, so question number 2. Okay, so when I say locks, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Energy. Yeah, my perspective has really changed a lot considering that. Yeah, I've had a few friends in my life that have had it, and sometimes when they need to become a better version of themselves, they'll grow out their hair, and then when they decide that they want to make a transition out of who that person was, they cut off their hair. Yeah,
I think that a lot of people make a decision and to do this journey and go on this journey, or hair in general, that journey, for different reasons. And sometimes there are spiritual reasons, there's personal growth reasons, there's change, all those types of things. So I definitely can understand why energy is something that you would equate it to now. Yeah. So do you feel like my energy has changed now that I have my locks going on?
Well, your hustle has definitely increased. And you've always had a very open-minded and have had a really good idea of having good perspective when it comes to things. So I think it's more of a fine-tuning kind of thing that's going on regarding how you've been, living in this world with your new energy.
So I have a new energy? I do have a new energy?
Yeah.
Is it good energy?
I'm a huge fan.
You like all my energy. Yeah. Okay, wait. Okay, so what were your first thoughts when I told you that I was gonna lock my hair?
I've heard that it can be a lot of work in order to keep it looking a certain kind of way. Yeah, to maintain. Because I have seen some people with different variations of
like freeform, all kinds of different things.
So I guess that was the first thing on my mind was well, how is that going to look? How are they going to be really big? Are they going to be super tiny? Are they going to be the kinds where they're just it's one big gigantic mat or whatever? I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying to judge me.
I know. You're
I
curious.
just didn't know how is that going to look?
Yeah. Well, the only reason I'm laughing is because I know that there are different forms. The sister locks are super, super small, almost like micro locks. And then you do have the freeform locks that you don't have any type of maintenance.
Right.
Or, I mean, people, they do have maintenance because they wash their hair and those type of things.
Right.
But they don't necessarily retwist or try to do anything to maneuver or maintain different looks with their lock, right? Like it just does its own thing, which is super cool. I personally prefer right now to kind of do some maintenance because I'm not sure exactly, I don't want freeform, but I just, I need some type of maintenance going on. But I like the way a lot of them look, but for me, I prefer right now to kind of continue to go to the loctician and get them. Okay. So were you surprised at all though when I said it?
No, the only reason I'm not surprised is because you have done a lot of interesting things with your hair. Hey, I mean, it says a lot about your character that you're not scared to make some changes in order to, move whatever this new version of yourself is going to be, and it has to look and represent who this new person is going to be. So when you told me, I was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that's true because, remember at the beginning of the pandemic, I actually chopped all my hair off. Yeah. And you chopped it off.
I was the person with the clippers and the scissors.
So, you would know about that, right? Scissors and clippers. But the one thing that I love about how you've supported me on any of my hair journeys and just journeys in general is how you say it's just hair. It's
just hair.
Which is interesting because even though it's just hair, different ways that I've worn my hair make me feel different ways about myself. Right. And I know I'm viewed differently, by the rest of the world and all of that. So that's been really interesting. But I know for a fact that you support me whatever I do.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Even to the fact where he oils my scalp for me.
Yeah, I mean, I get the fingers in there.
He oils my scalp for me. It's the most when I tell you it's one of the most nurturing things ever, it just brings me so much joy. So much so that I think I actually do it a little too often. I'm like, hey babe, can you
I'm like, I put too much oil and I can see you kind of getting the drips.
Dripping and I'm like, okay. And he's like, I got you. Then he rubs it in and it does all that. It's almost like a massage for my scalp. So anyway, love the support. But I was curious how you would feel about me locking my hair because I know it's different. It's a different look for me. And so I wasn't sure, how you would feel about it.
No, I'm definitely cool with that. I remember my mother made a very huge hair change, and this was in the 90s, right? You got to keep perspective. My mother had permed hair most of her life, her entire life. And she was in the workforce. She was in the workspace too. And she had just decided, she was like, I'm going to cut all this off. And her hair, she had a fade. And me and my dad was looking at her like, whoa, we didn't expect that, but we saw how happy she was. And like I said, this was a younger variation of myself and the judgment that me and my father had at that time because it was new. We learned that it was okay, it's just hair. Yeah. And that's the choice, however you want your outsides to reflect how you're feeling on the inside, you should do that.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting because I know you keep saying it's just hair, which it is, and I know that, but it's for me, I know that I'm perceived differently.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because of different hairstyles that I've had, and that part of it makes me feel like it's more than just hair, but I know that it's about me and how I feel about how other people think. And what other people think of me. And that part is the part that I'm still adjusting to in this whole journey, to be honest with you. It's been very interesting. And I know a lot of people say, including myself, we try to cover it up initially because we're not really sure how to feel about it. Some people call it the ugly phase, which I don't like. And a lot of other people don't necessarily like either because we're not ugly. And our hair isn't ugly. No. It's just we don't feel, and I mentioned this in one of my other videos, we don't feel as confident as we have in other hairstyles that we're more used to and comfortable with.
I can believe that. People come with their own preconceived notions of and ideas of who you are and who you are to them.
Yes.
And sometimes when you go against what somebody already has in their idea, in their head of who you are, changes, there's resistance.
Yeah, and I can't lie, how some people consider Locs to be unprofessional, which I completely disagree with and don't believe at all. But at the same time, when I'm dealing with clients, a lot of times I will cover my hair. So I have to get really, I'm really trying to figure out in this journey how to accept myself and my hair, as well as being comfortable with other people and how they may view me because of my locks.
I feel that that's a normal experience. I mean, when you're making any kind of an adjustment to your appearance and the first thing people see is your outward before they get to know who you are, you are gonna, I think it's perfectly normal to be concerned. I'm like, man, I wonder if I'm presenting myself in the way that I really want to present myself, or what is that person thinking? But I think after a while, you just come to love who you are and not and be like, this is just my truth.
Yeah.
And you just live in it. But that can take time.
It does, especially when you make a change.
Right.
Yeah, because if you're comfortable with yourself in one way and you think you're comfortable with yourself, but then you make a change and you realize, okay, maybe I don't know I don't value myself as much as I thought I did if I'm able to think that my hair is going to change my value, if that makes sense.
Okay, no.
So that has been an adjustment so far, and I'm still working through that 5 weeks in.
I think sometimes, like when you're in a relationship, even be it with people or even a relationship with your hair, I think sometimes when you have a bit of conflict, positive conflict, it reinforces the love that you have for yourself, And I think the conflict that you may or many people going on this journey that may have the way other people look at you is going to do nothing but reinforce the love that you have for yourself as you step deeper and deeper into it. So it's exciting to watch you even cement a better relationship with my inner Michael Clare.
Yeah, I agree. And thank you for that. Thank you for that. It was very kind. It's very kind. But it's the truth though, because I mean, there are some days where I'm like, I don't feel as confident in my appearance as I do when before I had locks. So that has been an adjustment for me. And then I do wonder how you view me with locks. Do you think I'm as beautiful, or you know what I mean? I do.
Oh, I'm past the.
But you know what I'm saying though. You think these things when you make changes, how other people that are significant. Because some people I really care, obviously, because that's why I cover my hair sometimes. But you do wonder how the people that are most significant in your life view you, and if that's changed at all. So that's been an adjustment.
I still love you like I always have.
Yeah, but do you think I'm beautiful?
Always.
Okay, so let's see. Another question. Anything that you've learned from watching me start this journey? Yeah,
the oiling is a part of the whole thing. I didn't know there was an oiling process. You've been explaining certain things to me regarding like the budding. So I've just been watching, and I'm like, okay, well, and I can see the changes that are going down. There is a part of me that can picture what the potential could be, like a potential shoulder length or whatever it is, or when you decide, and if you do decide to put it up or whatever it is. So that's fun to sit there and be like, I can see the potential of what that's going to be.
Yeah, me too, because I mean I've looked at all kinds of pictures, and a lot of times the pictures are what keeps me motivated and going, because I can see. I'm like, I want to put my hair up in a big huge bun and have it, you know what I mean? So that keeps me going. And the only reason I haven't put it up yet, just so you know, is because it's still starting out. So the more I manipulate my coils until it actually locks, the more likely that it'll unravel. So that's the only reason I haven't rocked different styles and put it up and half up, half down and all that stuff. Because the less manipulation, I know the faster it'll lock. So that's why I'm just trying to be very patient, trying my best. So I'm glad we're both learning some of these things together.
One step at a time.
Yeah, and the oiling, by the way, it helps my scalp not be so itchy. And my loctician did say that my scalp is going to actually change as well. Like, going to do something different. Nothing strange or odd, but it's going to adjust based off of what my hair is doing. So we're both learning at the same time. So another thing, have you ever thought about locking your hair or been locked?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I did. Now this is like when I was in college.
I knew him then. I knew him then.
And the only way the people in my circle knew how to do it was like the beeswax.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I did that for a little while. I think my hair maybe got about that long.
I remember.
Yeah, maybe about that long.
I wish I had a picture. If I did, I might have inserted it.
Yeah, but because I was young, I was like, all right, I think I'm done with this.
Fleeting moment.
And then changed it up again.
Yep.
But I do have some really good friends, some really close associates that I've watched them go from them having a fade to literally having locks going all the way down their back. Yeah. And they love it, absolutely love it. And I've had some of those same friends that have grown it all the way down to their back and then just cut it all off.
Yeah.
So it's just cool to see the people that are close to you watch them grow and change and then accept new things and let new things go and find other things. So it's just it's a really standout way of doing it.
Yeah, I think I like the fact that people make their own decisions about themselves and are comfortable enough to say, hey, just because I've been known for my locks, you know, it's not who I am anymore in this moment. And I know there's several people that I've watched on YouTube have gone back and done other lock journeys over and over again based off of whatever it is that moves them to do that.
Yeah.
So what is it about being bald? Like, what do you feel like that, what energy is that for you as your, how you are presenting yourself?
It's funny, I don't think anybody's really asked me that question before. I've had all kinds of different kind of hairstyles. I've dyed my hair every kind of way. I've had every kind of length that you could think of. I've permed my hair out. I've grown it. Like I've done all kinds of stuff. And then I just got to a point where I was like, you know what? I don't want to deal with that anymore. And I just let it go. And then when I had these journeys of letting my hair grow, I would have breaks. I'd be like, well, let me just grow my hair out. And then as I've gotten older, you start getting a bit of a moonroof right up here. My stuff started rolling back.
I don't know if I've ever heard moonroof before.
Yeah, it was rolling back right over here. And I was, I'm looking at it and I'm like, ooh, well, at least I know how I look like this.
Stunning.
So, right.
Stunning.
So then I was like, okay, well, for me, that is how I'm going to age gracefully. I wanted to age gracefully with just leaving it all out.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning. I've seen all your hairstyles and you're stunning every single way imaginable. But this is very stunning on you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can see your cheekbone, all that good stuff. Hey, ladies, no comments, but no comments. I'm just kidding.
You still love me if I bring back my George Jefferson, though.
I would love you regardless of what.
Give me some jokes.
And then I would lock that part, and then that would be. It looked like a lampshade. That's what it looked like. But no, all kidding aside, I think it's beautiful. I think it's absolutely beautiful.
And so do I think your whole process is absolutely beautiful.
Wait.
Look.
I do like to do this though. That it fascinates me. Okay, but anyway, what else did I have? I had another question. Okay, so I guess I already asked you about surprises. Any surprises from this whole thing that you kind of discovered or come across or?
I just can't wait till you get to the point where it's 110% confidence. I know it grows every single day. But when you do get to that point and then you step completely and fully in that truth, I'm just excited for you.
Yay, I'm excited for me too. I think it's going to be so grand.
But you know what though? Does anybody ever really hit 100%?
See, that's what I was going to say. I don't know.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
We'll get to a point where you're just really you stepping on the scene like,
I do that.
Yeah, you do.
I do that. What are you talking about? I'm messing with you. I know. I agree with you. Then we can step it up. Wait. Oh, let me show you my shirt. Thick thighs, locked vibes. Okay. Anyway, I was very excited about that. Oh yeah. Okay. Wait. Okay. So, in conclusion.
Okay.
Okay. So what? I forgot what I was saying.
Oh, in conclusion, was there anything that I needed to add or say?
Oh yeah, in conclusion. See, this is why he's my better half. My other half, better half. Better. Yeah. So, in conclusion, is there anything else you'd like to say about this journey?
Yeah, absolutely. Stay tuned to this channel because you are going to get the step-by-step process. As a fellow YouTuber, Michael Claire has helped me out tremendously, and she knows exactly what it takes to make things interesting and cool and fun, and it's going to be absolutely worth your while. So please subscribe. That's my in conclusion.
That's right. I love your in conclusion. And we want to say, please, if you have not, hit that subscribe button. Give us those thumbs up. And turn on the notifications so that you'll be aware when we're dropping more hot videos like this one. Hot videos like this one right here.
Bangers.
I want to say thank you to my significant other, Sintel with the Intel. If you have not checked out his channel, he talks about all things geek, black culture. Super dope, super energetic. Not bad to look at either. Don't tell him, especially because he got a big head. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, thank you so much, Sintel.
Thank you.
I've enjoyed having you here. I kind of like bum rushing you just a little bit, so you don't know, so you don't really know what's happening. But I just want to thank you for joining me on this journey. Thank you for watching this video, and we will catch you on the next one.